大家好，運吉台台長，今日就由 Williams 北上就去大峽谷，咁入場就係俾35蚊美金一架車，入邊咧就用巴士周圍去嘅。首先就轉車就過去第一個觀看點，咁呢集主要都係去唔同地方嘅呢啲觀看點去睇風景噶啦。
Now approaching Hermit's Rest Transfer.
Now this is where you can change the bus to get on the red route. When I stop straight ahead of us, that next shelter area with the red colored signs to pick up for the red route.
For your own safety, stay on the path and at least 2 meters or about 6 feet away from the edge at all times. Finally, please do not feed or approach wildlife. Use your newspaper guide centerfold to review this information. Again, this bus will stop 9 times on the way to Hermit's Rest and 3 times while returning, taking about 80 minutes, not including the time you spend out enjoying the views. If you exit the bus, another bus will arrive at each stop every 10 to 15 minutes. The last bus of the day makes its return trip to Grand Canyon Village 1 hour after sunset. We hope you enjoy Grand Canyon along the Hermit's Rest Red Route.
Alright guys, the 2 stops with restrooms both start with letter H. Hopi Point and Hermit's Rest, they're the only stops that do start with H, so anytime you see a stop up here that starts with H, you know it has a restroom. And the last one, Hermit's Rest, has the food, the water is there guys, but you can't get to it right now. They're doing some sort of construction or something, I don't know what's going on. But they do have some vending machines right across from the restroom with some drinks in them. And also there is a snack bar with a gift shop, so the snack bar will have some more drinks too if you're looking for something to drink.
唔知係咪上集個馬蹄灣或者羚羊峽谷太震撼啦？喺大峽谷咧，好似變好普通咁，明明就係好壯觀嘅景色嚟噶嘛，尤其是喺河流過好耐先形成到嘅喎，而家就變咗好似畫出嚟咁。結果咧，有個親戚就話：行咗個幾鐘頭，你同我講 wallpaper， 可能係角度問題啦，反而啲烏鴉可能都仲得意啲。喺度養鷹嚟，勁大隻咯。American size 鬼先有靈活。咁多嘢喺度。見到嗰一危險啊，佢哋幾有感觸，跟住就去到呢條小路啦。沿住條一路行落去咧，就行到嗰個河谷度噶啦，係見到條路。 我哋繼續行啦。啊咩啊？你嗌我唔好行，我好聽觀眾話嘅，我唔行。今集就嚟到呢度啦，咁中意可以撳個讚啦、留言啦、訂閱啦，跟住我哋咧就有一程巴士咧，就個好 chill 嘅司機咧就講一個關於大峽谷嘅故事，咁就可以慢慢聽，不過我就唔會打字幕噶啦，咁長係咪先？有興趣可以聽下啦，咁就係講一個發現咗一個新嘅生物嘅人同埋佢嘅愛情故事喺大峽谷度發生嘅。
He was a naturalist. At that time, a naturalist would study the plants, the animals, and the rock formations. One day, Eddie was in the canyon when he found an animal he'd never seen before. It was a pink rattlesnake. Eddie picked up that pink rattlesnake and he carried it about 2 miles up the trail out of the canyon. And when he got to his car, now guys, 1929, I don't know what kind of car Eddie drove, but, well, I tried to find out. I was unable to do so. But he got his car started, he put it in first gear. His right hand was on the steering wheel, and his left hand was out the window, hanging onto the neck of that rattlesnake. He drove like that for 20 miles in first gear on a dirt road. I think he was afraid to shift. When he got to his office, he put that snake in a box and shipped it to a university in San Diego, California, where they did determine that it was a brand new species. Today we call it the Grand Canyon rattlesnake. That's because it's only found here at the Grand Canyon. But that's not all Eddie found here back in 1929. No, Eddie found something much more valuable, I think, than a pink rattlesnake. Eddie found true love, and I think I can prove that to you folks. There was one little problem, however, and that was that Eddie worked here on the South Rim while Eddie's girl Barbara worked on the North Rim. So on Eddie's days off, he had to hike down the canyon, across the river, and up the other side just to go see her for a little while. And then he had to walk home. Oh my goodness, folks, that's 21 miles. 21 miles each direction. Oh, folks, that is true love, if you ask me. And at some point in their relationship, I know that Barbara loved Eddie too. Because on one of those trips over there, Barbara suggested to him that they meet kind of in the middle. It really was not in the middle. She said, let's meet at that brand new campground called Phantom Ranch, or Rancho Fantasma. And that's what they did. Now that meant that Barbara had to hike down 14 miles all the way from the North Rim down to the river to see Eddie. And then hike back up 14 miles after their visit. Yes, I believe she loved him very much too. And so now Eddie only has to go down 7 miles to the river and back up 7 miles. He's doing pretty good, I suppose. But he did put forth that extra effort at the beginning of the relationship, so I guess he was due for a break, I suppose. But they were down there at Phantom Ranch one very hot summer afternoon day in August of 1929. They had their feet in that Bright Angel Creek that runs alongside of Phantom Ranch. They were playing in the water, trying to stay cool and have a great time. And that's where Eddie proposed to Barbara. She did accept, and they were married on the last day of 1929. That's usually December 31st, I'm pretty sure. But the reason I like that story so much is that I found a picture of that couple in one of the books they sell here at the Canyon. This particular picture was taken in 1968. That's almost 40 years after their marriage. And what were they doing in this picture? They were camping at the Grand Canyon. What that told me is that they never lost their love for each other or for the canyon. I think that's a great story. Hope you enjoyed it. Be at Mojave Point here in a few more minutes. Thank you very much, guys.